Look at the screen. Just watch for a moment. If you simply glance at this footage of Punch, our favorite little Japanese snow monkey at the Ichikawa City Zoo, you might think you are looking at a perfectly ordinary, peaceful day. You see monkeys sitting quietly in the sun. You see Punch casually walking across the rocks. You see no chasing, no screaming, and no signs of the brutal bullying that defined his early, tragic life as an abandoned orphan. To the human eye, this looks like nothing is happening. It looks like peace. But as we have learned here, where we dedicate our time to understanding the deep, hidden, emotional lives of animals, the animal kingdom rarely experiences true nothingness. What you're looking at right now is not just a random, quiet afternoon. You are witnessing a masterpiece of survival. You are watching a tiny, orphaned monkey speak a highly complex, invisible language. And today, we are going to translate that secret language for you. Welcome back to Kato Luna. In our previous videos, we explored the heartbreak of Punch's past, and we even looked into the dramatic, uncertain future that awaits him as an adult. But today, we are going to do something different. We are going to slow down. We are going to take a magnifying glass to the present moment. I want to take you on a deep dive into the hidden psychology of macaque body language. Because once you understand the secret rules of Monkey Mountain, you will realize that Punch is not just relaxing in these videos. He is actively, desperately negotiating for his life. Every single second of the day, using micro-expressions and movements so subtle that most humans completely miss them. Let's start with the most basic form of communication, the eyes. In human society, looking someone in the eye is a sign of respect. When we talk to our friends, our family, or our pets, like when I look at my own cat, Luna, we seek eye contact to build a connection. But if you watch Punch carefully as he moves around the older monkeys in this footage, you will notice a very specific, very intentional pattern. He never, ever stares directly at the bigger males. Watch how he turns his head. He might glance in their direction for a fraction of a second to see where they are, but the moment a dominant monkey turns toward him, Punch immediately drops his gaze. He looks at the dirt, he looks at his hands, he looks at a random rock. Why? Because in the primate world, a direct stare is not polite. A direct stare is an act of war. It is a direct challenge to authority. For a dominant alpha male, a younger monkey looking him directly in the eyes is the ultimate insult. It triggers an immediate, violent response to put the youngster back in his place. For months, Punch had to learn this the hard way. When he was a confused, terrified baby, desperately looking for his mother, he probably made the mistake of looking the wrong monkeys in the eye. And he paid the price for it with harsh scoldings and terrifying chases. But look at him now. Look at this brilliant, highly adaptable survivor. He has mastered the art of gaze aversion. By constantly keeping his eyes downcast around the alphas, Punch is continuously broadcasting a silent message. I am small. I am not a threat. I respect your power. Please let me stay here. The fact that he can sit so close to the older monkeys without triggering an attack proves that his invisible apologies are working. This piece you see on screen? It is not luck. It is Punch perfectly executing the rules of primate etiquette. Now let's look at the concept of distance. Space in an animal enclosure is not just physical. It is intensely political. Imagine Monkey Mountain as a giant invisible chessboard. The alpha males and the high-ranking females, the matriarchs, are the kings and queens. Wherever they sit, they project an invisible bubble around themselves. This is their sphere of influence. If a low-ranking monkey steps inside that bubble without permission, it is considered trespassing. Punch, as an orphan without a mother to protect him, started his life at the absolute lowest rank possible. His bubble was non-existent. For a long time, if he even came within 10 feet of a high-ranking family, he was chased away. He was forced to live on the freezing edges of the enclosure, clutching his famous stuffed IKEA orangutan toy for warmth because the center of the mountain was off limits. But pay close attention to the spatial dynamics in this new footage. Punch is no longer hiding on the edges. He is walking through the center. He is sitting on the warm rocks near the others. He has learned exactly where the boundaries of those invisible bubbles are. He knows exactly how close he can get before the dominant monkeys feel crowded. This requires an astonishing level of spatial memory and emotional intelligence. Punch has to memorize the individual temperament of every single monkey in that troop. He knows that the grumpy older male needs 5 feet of space, while the younger, gentler female might let him sit just 2 feet away. He is constantly doing complex social mathematics in his head. When you see a clip of him simply walking past an older monkey, and the older monkey does nothing, you are witnessing a miracle of socialization. Punch is threading the needle. He is moving through the dangerous web of Monkey Mountain without touching a single tripwire. That takes intense focus. So even when he looks like he is just resting, his brain is working in overdrive, calculating distances, monitoring moods, and ensuring his own survival. If we look even closer, down to the actual muscles of Punch's face, we discover another layer of his secret language. When humans are happy, we smile. We show our teeth. But if you ever see a macaque pull its lips back and show its teeth, it is not smiling. In primate biology, this is known as a fear grin. It is a sign of extreme terror and ultimate submission. In his early videos, Punch did this constantly. Whenever a bigger monkey approached, his tiny face would contort into a desperate, wide-mouthed grimace, begging not to be hurt. But look at his face today. The fear grins are fading. His facial muscles are relaxed. His jaw is loose. Instead of the fear grin, Punch is now practicing a completely different mouth movement. If you watch macaques closely, you will sometimes see them rapidly opening and closing their mouths, making a soft smacking sound with their lips. It is called lip smacking. Lip smacking is the universal primate gesture for peace, affection, and appeasement. It is the monkey equivalent of saying, "Hey, we are friends. I mean, you no harm, let's be peaceful." Punch is learning to use this tool to de-escalate tension. Instead of just freezing in terror when a bigger monkey walks by, he is learning to actively negotiate. He is learning to project calmness even if he is terrified on the inside. He is essentially faking it until he makes it, acting like a confident, integrated member of the troop, hoping that the others will eventually believe it. And judging by the peaceful footage we are watching today, they are starting to believe him. All of this hard work, the averted eyes, the careful distance, the peaceful facial expressions, is leading toward one ultimate goal: the holy grail of macaque society. Grooming. When you see two monkeys sitting together, carefully picking through each other's fur, you might think they are just looking for bugs or dirt. But hygiene is only a tiny fraction of what is actually happening. Grooming is the glue that holds primate society together. It is their economy, their therapy, and their legal system all rolled into one. When monkeys groom each other, their brains release massive amounts of oxytocin and endorphins. It is a biological high that lowers heart rates and completely erases stress. By grooming someone, a monkey is essentially saying, "I will take care of you and you will take care of me. We are family." This brings us to the most heartbreaking yet beautiful realization about Punch's famous stuffed toy. Why did he hug that IKEA orangutan so tightly? Because as an orphan, he had zero access to the grooming circle. No one would touch him kindly. No one would lower his stress levels. The soft fabric of the toy was the closest physical simulation he could find to the feeling of a mother's grooming. It was a synthetic replacement for oxytocin. But as Punch continues to master the secret language of his troop, as he continues to prove that he is a respectful, peaceful member of society, he is slowly earning the right to be groomed for real. Every peaceful interaction you see in these clips is a deposit into his social bank account. He is building trust. And one day soon, all of this careful, quiet work will pay off. An older monkey will reach out, not to strike him, but to gently part his fur. And in that moment, the stuffed toy will finally become obsolete. This is the beauty of observing animal behavior. Whether we are studying a complex primate society at a zoo in Japan, or watching the subtle tail flicks and ear twitches of a rescue cat living in our own homes, the truth is the same. Animals are speaking to us and to each other all the time. Here at Cataluna, my goal is to help us all become better listeners. Because when we take the time to truly understand the silent language of a creature like Punch, we stop seeing a victim, and we start seeing a brilliant, courageous survivor. Punch is not just sitting quietly, he is fighting for his place in the world. Using the most powerful weapon he has, his intelligence. He has transformed his trauma into wisdom. And that is a story worth telling in all its incredible, subtle detail. Thank you so much for taking this deep dive with me today. If you enjoyed this documentary-style breakdown of Punch's secret language, please let me know by leaving a like on this video. It tells YouTube that you appreciate this kind of deep, educational content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you noticed any of these subtle behaviors in Punch's videos? Or even in your own pets at home? Make sure to subscribe to Cataluna because as Punch continues to grow, we will be right here. Translating his incredible journey every step of the way. Until next time, keep observing, keep loving animals, and we will see you in the next video.